The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus entered the synagogue, and there was a man there who had a withered hand. They watched closely to see if he would cure him on the Sabbath, so that they might accuse him. He said to the man with the withered hand, "Come up here before us." Then he said to the Pharisees, "Is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath rather than to do evil, to save life rather than to destroy it?" But they remained silent. Looking around at them with anger and grieved at their hardness of heart, Jesus said to the man, "Stretch out your hand." He stretched it out, and his hand was restored. The Pharisees went out and immediately took counsel with the Herodians against him to put him to death. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
There are a lot of things coming at us today. The day of prayer for the legal protection of human life. The week of prayer for Christian unity. So on one hand, we are dealing with one of the most divisive things happening in our society, in our world, and a prayer for unity. And then we have, in the first reading, the decapitation of Goliath by the greatest of the kings, who became the model for the hope of the messianic hopes of the people of God. And a few days ago, we had God rejecting Saul because he wasn't thorough enough in slaughtering the leaders of his enemies. And then in Mark here, in the Gospel, we are only at the beginning of the 3rd chapter of Mark's Gospel, and already the groups who were enemies of one another, the Pharisees and the Herodians, come together in collaboration against a common enemy, Jesus. And what makes Jesus that common enemy? I hate to say it, but I do think that it is the same thing that makes Pope Francis the common enemy of those who don't like him, who want other values. And that is, he put compassion over doctrine. He did not do away with doctrine or the law, but he navigated the conflicting territory of diverse ideologies and polarizations. He navigated them with love and compassion. He didn't stand on one side or the other arguing against the other side. He wasn't arguing actually against anybody, except those who wanted to use their particular position, their particular ideology as a club to beat others over the head. Whenever we have him in dialogue or conflict with the Pharisees, the Herodians, the Sadducees, or even the Romans, it's basically because of their lack of compassion, their lack of being the way that God is. And so we simply have to, if we're going to navigate in this world as ministers, and each one of us is a minister in one way or another, as we know, but if if we're going to navigate in this world, it has to be among these polarizations, among these conflicting ideologies. We have to be able to see what is true, what is good, what is beautiful on all sides, in part because we have to see what is good, what is true, what is beautiful in all people. And compassion, love, people-centeredness has to be the heart of our mission.